YouTube, and welcome to this channel's very first video for YouTube. This will be a tutorial for all you new guys for Garry's Mod. Before I start teaching, I would like to say that this is another channel. If you might know my other channel, Emil Hovel, that got lots of subscribers and views. This is the second channel that I'm creating, and this will be a total copyright-free channel because I realized that I use some songs that I don't own the rights to, and will be ashamed to delete those videos. So here is the new channel, and now you can watch this video and feel good because you know that there's no music that I don't own. Okay, but this I'll try to remake lots of my tutorials on my other channel because I cannot upload them here because that will be breaking my own copyright, which make no sense. Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, so now let's get started on the long tutorial. Okay, but when you are playing gmod, you need to have some basic knowledge. When I'm talking about the physics gun, this is red here I'm holding in my hand, and it's called the physics gun. So when I tell it to choose your physics gun, it's this one I'm talking about. And when I'm talking about choosing your tool gun, it is this one other in the other side. And this one is basically used to create stuff. Oh. Okay. But first of all, when you're going into the menu, hold down the Q button. And in here you will have lots of stuff to do. Out on the right side you will see all the tools. I probably have some tools you don't have, but that's because I have downloaded some extra from the Steam Workshop. That's pretty easy. And on your left side, this is all the different folders that have the different props from different games. Okay, but when you're spawning stuff, you just click on any prop you like. So let's spawn a chart. Yeah, card. Sorry. Good. When you're building, you usually use your physics gun to grab on stuff and lift it and move it around like you want. But sometimes when you're building, you might wonder, oh my god, I cannot place this right. Or maybe it falls to the ground like that. Okay, that was pretty fail, like that. And you keep like trying to jump into it to make it turn, but there's a very simple way to turn it around. Grab onto it with your physics gun, hold down the E button, and move your mouse, and you'll see you can rotate the prop in air. This is very simple. So then you can position it like you want and drop it on the ground, and there you go. It is right. But if you want to place it like I think it's very hard by holding down E to make it just like the angles of the map. You can actually grab onto it, hold E and Shift at the same time, and it will position at the angles of the map, and that's very useful. And another thing you can do with the physics gun, that you can freeze it in mid-air or whatever you want it, in whatever position you want it. So let's just say we want to freeze it here. Then you right click on your mouse and you see it freezes it in the air, which makes it much easier to build on and build with. And to unfreeze it, you can just click with your mouse button and it will be unfreezed. If you have larger objects, I'll come to that later, if you are welding stuff together, you can also unfreeze everything by looking at the prop or one of the props and press R, and it will unfreeze all objects that hangs together. Okay, so that is the really basics of how to position props and stuff like that. So now, let's say we want to weld some stuff together and make this combine it with a roof. Let's just say this one is a roof. And you see, now we want to use our turning thing we just learned. Try to freeze it so it fits onto the other prop, something like that. Now, they're not together now. Now they're two separate props freezed just close to each other. But now you can use the tool in the right side under constraints. It's called weld, which makes sense. And with this tool you can make stuff hang together. So let's click on the Uber prop and on the lower prop. Now we can look at the props and press R. You see it will unfreeze two objects, which means that these are now together. And they will always be together now until you delete by pressing the Z button. You see it said undo weld, but we want to weld it. And you cannot undo a weld when you, or undo, you cannot like press back. It's like, oh shit, I removed something. You cannot get it back. I'm sorry guys. Have to build it again. So that is very easy. So you delete by pressing the Z button. If you want to Noclip or fly, you can press the V button and fly around and underneath Earth and stuff like that. It's very simple. And if you want to fly fast, you hold your shift button just like when you sprint. If you want to fly very slowly, like when you're building like this, we want to build on something on top, hold down Control, and there we go, very, very slowly. So that's some good things to know. Okay. So now we know how to weld stuff together, and we want to make some wheels on this thing. So let's freeze it in midair, and freezes this one so we won't get in trouble with that. You see, there is a tool called Wheel Tool, and with this one you can select the tool, you can select the wheels you want, and well, it will work. But I'm just gonna say, guys, right now, that these keys as up here is on your numpad is what that activate the wheels to make them turn. So right now it's forward, that's 7, and back reverse, that is 4. But I really don't like using these because it always creates confusion when I'm building. But you can try these out, but I don't think they work so well. So we are gonna build our wheels ourselves. So you want to find the wheels that you want to use. So let's say this one's actually really kind of cool. So I'm gonna spawn 2 or spawn 4 wheels you will like this. And then there is a very handy tool called Axis. That is the third Uber of the constraints. And what this does is that you can click on the prop and click on the ground, and it will turn around the point that you set it. So if I click on the side here, it will turn around that point, you see? So now we're gonna use these wheels because these will not be affected by any button pressing or any confusing about that. And you could try adjusting these settings. I'm not gonna tell you what they do. So here we go. Click on the prop and click where you want it to be. Oh, I'm just gonna say, if you wonder what these squares are, they are called Smart Snap, and you can find it in the Steam Workshop under Tools. And it's very easy because then you can position them right, so you won't get any trouble. So now we have positioned 2 wheels. And what do we want? Like second wheel? No, those are really, really crappy. Oh, something called wheels. Well, I'm gonna spawn 2 of these. Seems quite cool. And do the same thing with the Axis tool. Place them, and you can do this whatever you want on any prop. This is very simple. So now we have some sort of cart. I don't know what car or whatever. So now we have lots of freezed props here. So like I told you before, aim at the construction and press R. You see it unfreezed 6 objects. And you see they are rolling very bad, but that's just the structure of me that failed quite hard. Guess he's weighing too much. What is... Oh my god, 200 kilos! That's insane. That's probably it. Yeah, that helped. Okay, anyway. Okay, so now you know how to put wheels on, and this can also be used, the Axis tool can be used for anything that you need to rotate. It's very simple. But now, let's just say we want some lights on our car. You can just spawn some lights. Here we go. Now, right click on the ground to make them without the rope. But if you're having the problem, like you want something to stay in the prop so it will be good, like right now they're massive, you can use a tool called Noclip. And what this does is that you can click on a specific prop and click on another specific prop, so that they will not collide. So let's click on this light and on our main structure. You see, now it aren't able to go through our wheel, but it is able to pass through our main structure. This is very, very useful. So let's place that in the middle there and weld it together. There we go. Press R. So, and you can use this Noclip for everything. But now you see here our wheels does not turn so good, and I just noticed that's because they are hitting our main structure. Then there's another cool feature with the Noclip that you can actually right click on the props and they will Noclip every other prop in the world, and you can see we can pass through it without any problems. But not the world, so that's good. So now it should be turning better. Yeah. Look at that. And for example, if I Noclip this prop, like right-clicking on it, everything is able to pass through it, like I am right now. But then I right-click again, it becomes massive. Wow. So that's very, very, very useful, and that's a good tool. I'm using it all the time. So that is actually basically how you weld stuff together and use the Axis tool and use the Noclip tool. But now we want to sit in it. So now we can go up to the Uber the Uber side of the menu. And here you have different categories. There's weapons, entities, NPCs, vehicles, post-processed, dupes, and saves. If you go into vehicles, you have a bunch of different. This is seats actually. It's called chairs, and there's some from Half-Life, and I downloaded some from Team Fortress. I haven't checked those out yet. It might be cool. So let's spawn one you think is cool. I think the Jeep seat is cool. I like that. So let's place that inside. So now we can use our Noclip thing, holding on to control and placing it. And if you think it's too hard to place, you can always Noclip it with the main structure, and it will be much easier to position and make it look good. So like that. And let's weld this to the main structure and the roof just in case something will break. And press R. And now, if you press E on the seat, we sit in our small car. But we are still not able to make it push forward. So what we want to do now, I'm going to teach you how to use the thruster tool. And the thruster tool, that actually pushes the prop or the thing in the direction it is pointing. So right now, if we put our thrusters in the back here, it will press the car directly into the ground. So we don't want that to happen, but I could show you just for fun. And guys, if you are totally new for gmod, these effects and sounds, always set them to none, because it's too noobish to have them, okay? Seriously. Okay. So, the force is very important to adjust. So, I've been playing gmod for a long time, so I know that 250 is sometimes the good admin of thrust to push a car if it's not weighting too much. And forward, let's set that to keep at 8, and backwards keep at 5. And place that there. So now when I'm pressing 8, it is moving forward. Okay, actually this worked out pretty well. But if you need something much more powerful, I would suggest that you took a plate or something in the back of your car and make it like this, and then placing the thruster so it will push the car forward instead of towards the ground. But this seems to work. But now we can move forward, but we still need it to move, to like turn. And this is a little complicated, because you see, when I told you that it pushes in the direction it is pointing, so right now that one is pointing that way, so it will be pushing forward, and if I place it in the side, it will be pushing it sideways. So we need to place it in the front, so it will push in that direction. So let's set the forward key to 6 on the keypad. It's just like to simulate the A, S, and D key. And let's place it in the bottom because it might not be too good. I could actually place it on the wheels, I guess. Might work out. And, oh, the reverse might set to 4, so it will be more powerful. And then it's opposite, so if that's like if you wanted to push right to turn right, you need to press 6 to make it push in the left side, so it will turn right. So it will be opposite in the other. There we go. So now when I press 6, no 4, it turns left, and 6 it turns right. And it's too powerful. Well, let's try out. It's in the car and press 8. We move forward. Yeah, look at that. And turn on the... Okay, this is not the best car in the world, but it works. But if you set the wrong settings on a thruster, like the set in the back, and we wanted to have more thrust, you can also just click here and change it to... let's just say 500. And make sure you set it to the right keys as it has. And click on the thruster, and it have changed the settings. So now we are going much faster than before. Like that. Okay. Ah, that's good. So that's some good things, and you could also use thrusters for boats, planes, and stuff like that. I'll have some tutorials coming out later of how to use wire and some sort of new other tutorials. So let's see here. If you think, okay, I really want to save my my construction, you can use a duplicator tool, and then you just right click on the ground, and right click on the prop and left click on the ground, and you'll have a total duplication of your car. See? That's good. And if you want to save it for another game, you can go to dupes and right click and then save dupe. Oh, there we go. I already have some. So there we go. That's a very good feature. So now you can always go into dupes and says deploy, and it will deploy. Let's try with my nice plane here. You see, that's my plane I've built, and I've built a lot of episode. So that's pretty much how you build a car and how you use weld and how you position things and stuff like that, which is very simple. Oh yeah, if you have built something, and you know, if you press the C key, you will delete in the order you placed it. But if I think, oh my god, I don't want to delete these 2 thrusters, I don't want to delete the one in the back, you can use the remover tool, and be careful not to delete anything else. You need to be sure that you aim at the right thing, because if I click there, everything broke. But luckily I've got my duplication. So let's just say we wanted to remove our thruster. There we go. We removed that one and nothing else. So that's good. That's a very good feature, and I hope this might help you guys finding out how to build. Okay, so I guess actually I've come through all the good beginner stuff for you, so now you can start build, and don't worry, Garry's Mod is boring when you start. But when you know how to build, everything is just amazing. Seriously, it's very, very funny. So, well, there's just the last thing for you guys. I want to show you some good tools that you need to download to make it easier for you to build. So if you go under add-ons and go under subscribe, or no, go under tools. I'm gonna uninstall this. This is everything I have, and there is some good tools you might... What? Nothing found? Anyways, when this works again, I did... there we go. So, you want to find the unbreakable tool. The PC tool is kind of good. And the weight tool, so if there is anything that weighs too much and you see that everything fucks up, use that. Stacker tool, very, very, very useful for building large constructions. I could show you what it does. Like this, stagger up. You see, it stacks the prop on top of it, and you don't have to place like 15 props directly. That's very useful. Noclip world, that's good for some things. And the smart snap tool, and that is the thing here I have that I can click in the center of the prop, which is very useful. I recommend those. But I hope you guys could use this tutorial. It's for Garry's Mod 13, and please recommend this channel to others. If you think I'm making good tutorials, subscribe, and this channel will keep growing. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.